In the bustling city of Fredonia, where towering skyscrapers cast long shadows over the vibrant streets, lived a man named Gru. Gru, once the world's most infamous villain, had traded his life of crime for a loving family and a job fighting evil as an agent for the anti-villain League AVL. With his 3 adopted daughters Margot, Edith, and Agnes and his devoted wife, Lucy, Gru had found happiness in his new life. However, a new adventure was about to unfold that would bring him face to face with an unexpected part of his past. One sunny morning, Gru received an urgent call from AVL headquarters. Silas Ramsbottom, the head of the AVL, appeared on the screen with a concerned expression. "Gru, we have a situation. We've detected a new supervillain causing chaos in Fredonia. His name is Drew, and he claims to be your twin brother." Gru was stunned. He had no idea he had a brother, let alone a twin. Eager to uncover the truth, Gru and Lucy packed their gadgets and set off to find Drew. The journey led them to a luxurious mansion perched on a hill, surrounded by lush gardens and guarded by high-tech security. As they approached the mansion, the gates swung open, and there stood Drew, a mirror image of Gru, but with a full head of flowing blonde hair and a flamboyant sense of style. He wore a bright white suit and a wide grin that seemed permanently etched on his face. "Gru, brother, it's so wonderful to finally meet you," Drew exclaimed, rushing forward to embrace Gru. Gru, still in shock, awkwardly returned the hug. "Ah, nice to meet you too, Drew, but what's this about you being a villain?" Drew's grin faded slightly. "Well, you see, our father was a legendary villain, and I've always felt the pressure to follow in his footsteps. But, honestly, I'm not very good at it. That's why I reached out to you. I need your help, Gru. I want to be a great villain like you used to be." Gru sighed, feeling a mix of frustration and sympathy. "Drew, I gave up being a villain a long time ago. But maybe we can find another way for you to prove yourself without causing harm." Drew's eyes lit up. "You mean, like being heroes together? Stopping other villains?" Gru smiled, realizing this might be the perfect solution. "Exactly. We can use your talents for good." Over the next few days, Gru, Lucy, and Drew worked together to train Drew in the ways of heroism. They devised a plan to stop Balthazar Bratt, a former child star-turned-supervillain who was terrorizing the city with his army of evil robots and 80s-themed gadgets. Balthazar Bratt, obsessed with his glory days as a TV villain, had developed a diabolical plan to transform Fredonia into a retro utopia under his control. With his signature mullet, shoulder pads, and a weaponized keytar, Bratt was a formidable foe. As Gru, Lucy, and Drew prepared to confront Bratt, the minions Gru's loyal and mischievous yellow henchmen joined the mission with their usual enthusiasm and chaos. Together, they infiltrated Bratt's neon-lit lair, a high-tech fortress filled with booby traps and nostalgic memorabilia. The battle was intense. Bratt unleashed his robotic minions and powerful gadgets, determined to defeat the trio. But with Gru's experience, Lucy's agility, and Drew's newfound skills, they managed to outmaneuver Bratt's attacks. The minions, always resourceful, created distractions and helped disable Bratt's robots. In a dramatic showdown, Bratt attempted to activate his ultimate weapon, a giant laser designed to carve his face onto the moon. Gru and Drew, working in perfect sync, managed to thwart Bratt's plan, dismantling the laser just in time. With Bratt apprehended and his lair dismantled, the city of Fredonia was safe once again. Gru and Drew, standing side by side, realized they made a great team. Drew had found his true calling not as a villain, but as a hero alongside his brother. Back at the mansion, the family gathered for a celebration. Margot, Edith, and Agnes were thrilled to meet their fun-loving Uncle Drew, and the minions threw a wild party, complete with bananas and dance-offs. As the sun set over the horizon, Gru and Drew stood together, looking out at the city they had saved. "You know, Gru," Drew said, "I never thought I'd find my place like this. Thank you for giving me a chance." Gru smiled and put an arm around his brother. We're family, Drew, and together there's nothing we can't do. And so, in the realm of heroes and villains, the Villainous brothers had united, forging a bond that would withstand any challenge and bring light to the darkest of times. The legend of Gru and Drew, the heroic brothers, would be told for generations to come, inspiring others to find their true path and the strength that lies in family.